Hello everyone, this is Dark and we are playing some Ark Mobile. Today I'm going to show you how to run the Skylord Cave quickly and efficiently, and I'm also going to show you guys how to farm Flak blueprints in the process. Let's go! Alright guys, so the Skylord Cave can be beneficial for two main reasons. Number one, for farming Flak blueprints, as well as grenades, revival platforms, soothing balm, mining helmets if you like those. But then the other good thing about the Skylord Cave is the experience points, because the first time you do any of the caves, you get a large amount of experience points. But today I'm going to show you guys just how to run it. I've already completed the cave once, so obviously I've already got all the XP from it. But we're just going to be running it for the Flak blueprints. Now what you need is you're going to need a sleeping bag, ideally at least one, and that way, you know, if you do die, you can spawn right back here. And if you're in a PvP server, you might want to put a few of them in slightly hidden locations. This is a PvX server, so we can't destroy, you know, other sleeping bags, or other players can't destroy ours, so I can leave it right here in the open. And it has some missing health on there, though, because a wolf decided to jump down when I landed here earlier. But the other thing you don't want to have with you is everything else. You don't want to carry armor with you. You don't want to have any weapons or anything. You only want a crossbow and grapples. You should only need one grapple per run. I usually like to bring two in case you, for whatever reason, if it glitches or something or misses, just bring two grapples in just to be safe. But you really only need to use one of them if everything goes as planned. And then when you're done with the cave, you fly up to the blue obelisk, you tribute the artifact, and you get Flak blueprints. As you can see, we've already got two here. I ran it a couple times before I started recording. We also got 3 grenades and a mining helmet each time. And now the only other thing you could bring along but leave in your Pteranodon ideally, or whatever flying mount that you bring, is some sort of weapon, whether it's a shotgun, a pistol, or I guess a sword or a pike. But you could bring one of those just so in case there's any creatures that spawn inside the cave in the short route. Usually they don't spawn, but every now and then you'll find one, like right here. Alright, so we're going to run right back out the cave so we get this guy to the front. And now if I had brought a weapon, because I actually forgot to bring one, but if I were to bring a weapon I could go ahead and kill him, but I forgot to bring one, so we won't. So we're just going to let him fly back, and then we'll run back in there. But once we get in the cave, the route is pretty much just stay to the right. So once we get in, we're going to try to run past this guy. Here we go. Now stay to the right, and go to the right again, and then go to the right at that fork, and just follow the right wall, basically, and you're eventually going to get to here. It's like this little ledge, bridge kind of area next to that explorer note. Aim the grapple up here, fire, go up. Do not immediately dismount the grapple in case you're not quite landed yet. And then right around the corner is that artifact, and then we come back. Now you could use a second grapple to get back to the other side, or you can just jump. I prefer to jump because sometimes if you grapple you can fall there if you overshoot it. Now if you fall and die in any part of this cave, it's an instant death. And you can't recover your body because it's an instant death when you fall off. So I highly suggest, like I said before, don't bring anything else in here unless you need it. So essentially crossbows and grapples. And then just be careful whenever you're shooting that grapple in there. So now we have the artifact, so we're going to fly over to the obelisk. Alright, now we are here, so we're going to go up to the obelisk, and we are just going to go ahead and tribute it. And watch this little animation, and it'll show us what we got. And what did we get? 3 Flak blueprints. There we go. We got 3 in 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. And it looks like we got an Ascendant chest piece. Looks pretty good. Ascendant helmet and Ascendant boots as well. Now, most people would think that the Ascendant armor would be better, and a lot of times the actual armor quality or the durability is better. But if you can get a good Journeyman or Mastercraft armor blueprint, it'll actually be a lot better. Not because necessarily armor or the durability of it, but because the cost of making it. I mean, if you can get a journeyman chest piece that takes, you know, a quarter of the amount of materials that you need for an ascendant chest piece, and it only has, 100 less armor or 100 less durability, that's worth it. Just take the cheaper armor piece. A lot of times with these armor pieces, the most important thing is the durability and not necessarily the actual armor. And on top of that, the cost of it, because if you can make, a 3 or 4 journeyman chest piece for the price of one ascendant chest piece, multiply that durability times 4, and that's kind of the equivalent value of it. So those are really a lot better if you can manage to get lucky enough to get one of them. And it looks like we have more Onyx to deal with in here. I'm going to actually try to see if I can kill them with the Pteranodon from the outside, since they're right by the entrance. Maybe I can get rid of them so it'll be easier to run through it. If there's only one in the cave, it's usually not a big deal because you can just kind of run past it and avoid it. But if there's more than one, or if there's a spider in there too, they can kind of trap you. Doesn't seem like I'm really getting it yet. Let's try this one more time. Let's see. It's like glitching because I'm trying to go at the cave entrance. You can't have these guys near the entrance. He's right there. Pretty sure I should be able to hit him. Let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Dead. That sound too that you hear is because we're trying to get through the entrance. We're getting caught in the middle of it, so it's doing that. But let's go ahead and come back here now. Let's just go ahead and park the bird, and then we'll just double check, make sure we got nothing on us. Actually, let me just double check the blueprints. Yep, we're good. Let's go back in. And remember, guys, we want to stay to the right. That's nothing there, so we go right around here, stay to the right wall. There's the fork. Stick right further. And now right here you can go around either way, but if you stay to the right, that's the easiest way to make sure you go the right direction. Here is the little ledge. We're going to shoot the grapple up there. And we are up, so now we'll disconnect it. We will take the artifact, and then we're going to go right back the way we came. We're going to jump it. Now again, if you use a grapple here, don't overshoot right there to where you fall off. Now we're going to go back out, same exact way we came in. And, oh, we got another one of them Onyx here. That's okay though, we'll make it out. And we're out. And alright, so let's go ahead and fly up to the obelisk again and tribute the artifact. And now as you can see, if you kind of get into a groove and you don't have to deal with any of the Onyx or the Aranios, the spiders crawling through there, you can actually do this fairly quickly. You can get probably one run done every, less than 5 minutes really, maybe even only a couple minutes if you're fast enough. But you just basically go through the cave, fly up here, tribute, fly down, go through the cave, and just a repetitive process. But let's take a look at what we got, what we're going to get for this one. Alright, we're just going to hit tribute. More animation. And we got a helmet blueprint and grenades in a revival platform. Sweet. And those grenades those can actually be helpful if you start doing this, in the early game instead of late game. Those grenades you can use to raid people if you're in PvP. But let's go ahead and fly back down again. Let's just repeat the process, and maybe we'll do this one more time, see what we get from it. And guys, I can't stress this enough either. When you're getting these blueprints, don't just immediately assume because it's an ascendant blueprint it's a bit, one of the best ones. Keep doing it. Get a few of each, of each specific armor piece. Get a few helmets, a few chest piece. Hopefully you actually get a journeyman one or a mastercraft one. Those are going to be a lot cheaper to make. And when you're trying to raid with, this armor, when you're trying to run up against turrets, or when you're trying to do the dungeons as well, having that cheaper armor can really be super beneficial, especially with the dungeons. Because if you've done the dungeon ever, I'm sure you've died to a glitch or a bug or to a lava jump, or just to a room you weren't quite expecting. And when you lose all your gear from that, it definitely is not good. But at least if you have cheaper armor, it's easy to replace. So, don't underestimate that aspect of it. And alright, we are at the ledge again, so make sure you take note of where we're shooting the grapple, because this is really the most important part of it. And then don't unmount it until you actually are on the ground safely. Then grab the artifact and jump back. Try to jump close to that explorer note, but not on it. And we are good. Let's go back outside, and we'll stick to the left on the way out, because it's the way we came in. So remember, when you do this cave, stick to the right all the way in, go back out the way you went in, and it should be fairly quick and easy. And now the only other thing that I did not bring up with this cave is it is in the ice. It is going to be freezing for your characters, so since you won't have armor, you want to have that thick skin buff. It's a 24-hour buff. It costs 15 amber. If you scroll down, or when I scroll down, I'll go ahead and show it to you. That 15 on the right-hand side. It's actually a really good buff. It not only protects you from the heat and the cold, but it also protects you from the poison that is in the swamp cave. So it's pretty good buff to have. It's only 15 amber and it lasts 24 hours. But since you're not going to be going into the Skylord Cave with armor, you want to get that unless you want to bring armor and risk it, or if you want to just be freezing and lose health over time, which all that means is you're going to have to heal yourself before you go back in, a second or third time, since you should be able to finish the cave before you actually run out of health or die. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. And more animation, of course, because that's a requirement for these tributes. But it looks like we got a chest piece blueprint, and we got one of those mining helmets and more grenades. Like I said, the grenades are actually kind of cool to get. Looks like it's another Ascendant chest piece, so that's pretty cool. But hopefully this video was able to help you out. Hopefully you have a little more confidence in being able to run the Skylord Cave now if you didn't already. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any video suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comment. But until then, my name is Dark, and I will see you next time.